allows our feminine energy, our goddess energy to flourish, and our clothes are a beautiful way to express this divine goddess within us. And when our feminine energy is safe to blossom, then hi, my name is Kat, and this is Aphrodite Set 3. We live in a material world, and materialism isn't necessarily superficial. It's all energy, right? So what we connect with and include in our space is energy frequencies. And that goes with clothing, which is what I'm going to talk about today. Because clothing is sacred. When we can look at the frequency beneath things and see how our environment and the things around us they're mirrors of our inner world, we can see how important it is to surround ourselves with clothing, I'm going to stick to today, that suits us, that is in vibrational match with our highest energy, our highest frequency. And a lot of times, we accumulate clothing that isn't in alignment. Maybe we'll get a free shirt here running a 5K or volunteering, or maybe we will just get something because it's on sale and it's almost the right color, it's almost the right cut, but not quite. But we get it because it's on sale. It was at Goodwill, it was $3.99. So with that, what I've been learning and what I want to share with you guys today is the importance of picking out clothes that work with you, that make you feel like a goddess, that express your divinity, that feel beautiful and creative, inspiring. When you put them on, it's like it was made for you. It's not just a little off. I'm talking to a place here of being very hardcore when it comes to standing your ground, having discipline, and not settling. Because so often we settle for things because we think something that is exactly what we want isn't going to come along. And so let's just play it safe because it might not come, and I don't trust that it will come. So I'm gonna settle for this that's right in front of me for now because it's close enough. And what I say to that is, let's try to reframe that old way of thinking into a more trusting, harmonious flow with life that creates a closet that is in harmony with your inner world and isn't even slightly out of tune. Because even if it's slightly out of tune, we can feel that. We can feel when it's a little bit off, and we so often just ignore it because we think that this is reality and this is just the way it is. But I'm here to break that rule that we've been living in, that mindset, and say, let's stop playing small, let's stop settling, and make sure that we are surrounded by clothing that is like it was made for you. Because honestly, you guys, the fact that we're here and that life is a miracle, that each breath is a miracle, it shows us that this life is made for us. And when we take that seriously and literally, we can see how things that are perfect for us are possible. The energy of the clothing that we put on our bodies, it's close to us. It is touching us. It's very close to our field, and it's in our homes. So I want to get into a few ways on how to, I'm going to tell you guys how to decipher what it will feel like to be surrounded by clothes that are right for you, and how to do it, some tricks and tips. So let's get into it. To begin, the feeling when we find clothing that is right for us is going to feel more like relief, more like a release, and less like excitement, less like stress. Even though we might think, excitement, I'm inspired, I'm excited. Well, yes, but that often comes from fast fashion, that feeling, and it can often be mistaken. It's very tricky for the energy of, I need this, and it's grasping. And whenever it's like that, I need this because I'm going to look this way at the party, or they are going to see me looking like this. And when I'm here, it's going to fulfill something outside of myself. That energy is not what we want when we're picking out our clothes. And so I say to be careful with that excitement energy, because oftentimes it's a mask for our bodies being a little bit stressed and looking to fulfill an idea, a concept outside of ourselves. So, yeah, we want it to be a relaxing experience, even when I thought of a few ways to how to create this relaxing experience. And prior to trying on the clothes, let's go start with online shopping, and then we'll get into being in a store. When it comes to online shopping, we want to make sure that we're not burning ourselves out. And I have been I'm the perfect candidate to talk about this, because I will burn myself out. One more, especially with clothing stores that when you click on it, it will automatically jump to the next item that's similar. Oh, and then your eyes see a whole new set all at once. Boom. And you can't just ignore that, because then, wow, look, there's that thing, and that's super cute. Let me click on that. And then boom, another. Wow. Okay. So it's really easy, because we feel the stress, like we know we're burning ourselves out, but it's so easy to get into the mindset of, I can handle this, I'm enjoying this, I want more, and I want to be here, I want to be doing this, I want to see the next thing. You can even hear it in my voice and see it in my face. Like, look at how crazy this is. That energy is not conducive to picking out clothes that are right for us. When it's right for us, we're going to be in the energy that is not chasing. We're going to be magnetizing it. And so when we are in that state of the next thing, more, a little bit stressed. And the thing is, it's like boiling a frog in a pot of water. raising the temperature a little bit each degree, and the frog doesn't even realize it's happening until it's too late, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh, I just need to lay down, I need to take a shower and rinse off this energy that I have dug myself deep into. And before we get to that place where the frog becomes dinner, let's jump out of the pot, because it does happen subtly as we're online shopping, as we're looking. It subtly can dig us into this headspace, into this energy in our bodies that is not comfortable. And when we're in that state, that lower vibe, it's so easy to tell ourselves, because this is what we've been taught by the world, is that one more thing, and if I keep pushing for it, I'm going to get what is the gold beneath. Like, if I keep on trying, eventually, if I work hard enough, then it's going to be mine. And I'm saying let's reverse that energy, let's reverse that framework into one that is actually, when I don't try is when it comes to me. And when it comes to me from that space, it's at a vibration that is perfectly in harmony with me, rather than when I'm in that effort energy. Yeah, in the past, it works. I get what I need. Yes, we do, but it is slightly out of tune when it's coming from that place of effort. And it's so easy to be tricked, because it seems like, look, it's manifested into this reality. I did earn it. I got it. It's here. But what I'm saying is, isn't it possible that what has come from that is almost what we wanted, but not quite? And that if we came at it from a place of relaxing, of being in our highest vibe and allowing it to come to us, I'm not saying to not take any action, but I'm saying that the action we do is coming from a place of calm, sovereignty, knowing, not grasping, but desire from a place of intuition, knowing this is mine. This is already mine. This belongs to me. I don't need to work for it. So what I'm proposing is that when we are in a frequency that matches our higher states of love, energy, of consciousness, of living life on easy mode, that our clothing and how we obtain that clothing will match that. And mathematically, I feel like it just makes sense. So when we think about it, for example, we've been taught that effort will bring what we want, like I said. So to break it down in simple terms, let's imagine that replacing the effort with our energy will bring forth the clothes that are just right. Exactly right. Not a little bit off. Not even in need of changes. So often in the past, I would buy clothes and I would think, this would be great with this outfit. And if I altered this about it, then I can make it work. And it's just such a headache versus having clothes that also, in addition to that, what I've found is, rather than creating a closet where I have this one thing that goes with this one other thing and that's it, they don't work with anything else, I found that life becomes more like on easy mode when everything can work together. And I do find a little bit more ease with that, a little bit less stress. Just knowing it all can work together, the colors all work together, and the colors all work with me. So I recommend asking Chat GPT because you can send in a picture of yourself and ask, what's my color palette? And you'll be shown what colors work with you. So easy. It's like free. It's like having a free consultation of your color palette. And I did this, and I'm really grateful. I got rid of all of the clothes in my closet, basically. I got rid of so many things, but I donated them. So if you look around your area, you can find donation drop-off boxes or look for shelters and donate them, and then replace all of your clothes in the closet with ones that work with you and all work together, because if they are in that palette, they're gonna work together. And I'm not saying to not have like a few unique pieces here and there that make you happy, especially to the goddesses out there that are more creative type. I totally get that, and I don't want to dampen or like bring down your creativity space. But there's definitely a way to combine creativity with organization, and rather than that creative chaos that brings stress, there's a way to make it more cohesive that brings relaxation and simpleness that maybe is unique and special and different, but still blends. There's still a common energy beneath all of them that matches. And that's going to be the case if we're always in that energy when we're picking them out. Naturally, they're all going to end up being in that similar frequency and be more harmonious because of that. So, getting into how to do it with online shopping, I really recommend that before pressing the buy button, to make sure that we are connected to our body and breath. If you feel any sense of bullying from the website or your inner self telling you, do it now in 5 minutes, you only have this amount of time left, I'm doing this now because it's on sale and it won't be. I'm telling you, if you're buying something that you wouldn't buy if it wasn't on sale, don't buy it, because that's an indicator that it's not meant for us. That's an easy way to say, because if we really want something, it's really truly right for us, then the price doesn't matter. And if the price is an issue, then it's not right for us. If that's a concern, if that's a variable that's telling us, well, I'm focusing on the price and not the item, and that's not what this experience is about right now. I'm learning to focus on the item that matches me. And so when we take away the price, when we buy from a place that isn't feeling like we're being bullied or pushed, if there's any type of feeling like I'm being pushed into this by myself, by the website, to hurry up, that is a perfect indicator to slow down and take a break and get clear-minded, because yeah, we can return things, but it's still a more chaotic place to be than if we just stick to our intuition and make decisions that are more clear-cut from the beginning. Talking to myself here, of course, too. I get it. And also, when it comes to shopping in stores, that it's that same thing of it doesn't feel like there's any urgency. I'm shopping on a day when I have the time, I have the energy, I make it special. It's a date with myself. It's not, oh, I have half hour to get this done. Let me grab as much as I can, try it on, and then I have dinner later. That is going to lead to decisions that are coming from a place of urgency. What was I saying? The good news is it's really quite simple. Our compass is the feelings of urgency, mental gymnastics / justification. You're trying to justify how you can make this work. It's so close. Or there's just this one thing. Or the price, the color. Justification / mental gymnastics, urgency, stress, chaos, performative, imagining circumstances of them seeing you in it or how it's going to look for others versus that energy of self-love, like this is for me, this is for my inner child. If I was a little girl, this is what she would choose. And so performance, those feelings, rushing, are what we're going to use to see what is not for us, even if it is so tempting. I'm telling you guys, just because something is tempting, just because it tempts you, doesn't mean that it's for us. This is a common mistake that I've made a lot. It's like when an outfit tempts me, I think that means that I want it and it's right for me. Not necessarily. Just because it's flashy, or, and I mean flashy in the energetic sense, it calls to us, it grabs our attention, it tempts us. Oh, and at first glance, this is another thing with it, is that oftentimes I'll notice, oh, at first glance, the first impression of something is great. But then when I look closer, I'm like, no, it's, if only it was, but when I first saw it, that energy was like, yes. But when I look closer, it's no longer that. But what I do is I will still say, oh, but that first impression I had of it is going to rule my decision of whether I buy it or not. And so I'm saying, let's not buy it just because it tempts us or just because the first impression of it was really great. We're going to make decisions that are foundational, because when there's less clutter in our closets, there's less clutter in our minds, and we are more free. So the compass, I told you, the indicators that are going to point us away from what we're going to buy, what would point us towards what we would buy? It would be the feelings of peace, feelings of inspiration, but be careful, because not excitement. And these can easily get mixed up. So if you are unclear, then I would say, if you're unclear if it's inspiration or excitement, to choose to stay away until you're more conscientious and clear-minded about what that feeling is beneath it. Because excitement, fear, rushing, that's different than harmony, inspiration, and flow. And so we want to go from performance into personalization, and that's going to go from these feelings of effortlessness, ease. It's like it was meant for me and I didn't have to work for it. Because if it's truly meant for us, we won't. It's going to come more easily, So that's an indicator. And I don't mean to say like you don't have to sort through things to find it. Maybe there is some action required, but the feeling beneath the action will feel like a flow state. I'm breathing, I'm enjoying this experience, versus effort that feels like grasping. And if we do feel like that feeling of grasping, of, needing at all, then it's probably best to stay away from it, because why would we want that energy on our bodies? Let's fill our space with flow. And so, yeah, we can take action. We can go out to the store. We can scroll, but to make sure that we're checking in with our bodies maybe every 10 minutes. If you're doing a shopping experience online or at the store, then, like I said, make sure that it's not something you're stuffing in when you have a moment. Make it a self-date. Schedule, when am I going to do this? How much time do I have? And then set alarms, even like every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, to say, breathe, take a walking break, get a sip of water. Even just standing up, stretching, and then coming back can help us from becoming that frog that is boiling stronger, higher and higher water temperature, because then we're going to bring ourselves back into awareness of what's going on, what do I feel, versus zoning out, getting hypnotized into it, and then being completely at the mercy of that energy that we've been sucked into. And that's going to cause decisions that are made from a place of that lower vibe that we're in. So that would be with the shopping part. Now, when you're trying on clothes, again, make it a self-date. And I really recommend, and this is something I've had to learn, is that the less chaos, the better for decision making. So we want to make sure that we surround the environment. And this is so fun, you guys, because this part, I would say, like, to make sure that it's not a day that, oh, just because I'm staying at home all day, I've got the time today. I'm in my sweatpants, my hair's in a messy bun, time to try on my clothes. Let's make it fun. Light a candle, put on some music, and don't put on a movie in the background while you're doing this, because the extra distraction is going to lead to more stimulation. More stimulation is more stressful. Let's give our nervous systems the space and care needed to make decisions. So we want to calm our nervous system. That would be taking away stimulation, not adding to it. So not only I say to get in a place where we're feeling beautiful, looking beautiful, making this a self-love date, making it special, that energy is going to be working in our favor for sure, but also to clear. So making it a self-date, so fun, making yourself feel beautiful, making sure our hair is done, our makeup is done, or clean, our nails were shaved. And if we need to shut the door, we shut the door. If we need to tell our family, hey guys, I need this hour to myself, please don't disturb me, we do what's necessary. We don't add stress by putting on a show and being around a lot of chaos. We'll isolate. Maybe we'll put on some music, or maybe we could put on a podcast. I would say maybe a podcast or YouTube that's not requiring a lot of your attention, but I myself make this mistake. I'll put on YouTube. I'll put on YouTube while I'm doing it, and I thought about it the last time I did it, and I thought, I'm adding this multitasking that isn't necessary. And even though I love listening to YouTube while I'm doing things, cooking and stuff, maybe with clothing, picking out the outfit, it's better to get more connected and intimate with myself and the moment and be more peaceful about it. So that's something that I've taken notes on myself that I've done in the past, and I'm going to change, because I notice that the more we do, the more it's like when we're on our phones and eating at the same time. Why? Let's relax and do one thing at a time, because our nervous systems will respond to that. And when our nervous systems are so intelligent, our bodies are so intelligent, there's this divine intelligence inside of us that when we focus and allow our nervous systems to be calm, then it can speak to us, then we can listen and understand it, and it's just going to make the whole thing more on easy mode, more easy for us. And we're not going to look back a few months and think, what was I thinking? Or a year later, I never wore that. No, we're going to make decisions that are right for us, and that we're like, I love this piece. I love all of the pieces in my closet. All of them feel right. I think that these are not only fun ways, because the whole thing should be fun, because then our inner state will match our outer state. When our inner state is at this vibe, it's going to bring forth decisions and solutions that match. So Albert Einstein said it first, or at least we think he did. And so when we can understand this concept, when we look at things from this perspective, it seems so simple, it seems so clear, and it should be clear, it should feel simple. If it doesn't, if it feels complicated, then that's a part of our compass telling us, because it should be simple. It should feel easy. What else? Oh, when it comes to getting rid of clothes, here's something that I've learned, and items in general, but clothes. When it comes to getting rid of clothes, I have found with myself that in the past, it's been difficult to get rid of something when it's a gift, when it's been expensive, and when it has constantly been in my closet looking at me. I've always noticed it, but I never wear it. These items seem to take up a lot of mental space and energy at a very low level that we might not notice, but I say they take up a lot because it accumulates and it's stagnant. And so when we get rid of them, there is relief that comes. And I've talked to friends before where I've talked to them about this, and they said, yeah, well, I did that, and then I regretted my clothes that I got rid of, and I'm still mad about it. And to that, I say, if you're unsure, if you're not completely sure, maybe put it away in a bin to put in your garage or under the bed. And after like 2 years, if you haven't touched them, but if you're keeping something just because it was expensive or just because it was a gift, get rid of it. If that's your reason behind it, if you don't love it, if it doesn't match you, who you are, because it's just going to be taking up space in your mind and in your environment that is unnecessary, and it at a very low level, we don't realize, but it's sucking away our energy a little bit. It's sucking away. And we don't want our energy going towards that. Every time I open the closet, I see it in the corner of my eye. I might not really notice that I'm seeing it, but my peripheral, in my subconscious, it's there. And my body, my wise, divine body, feels it, senses it, knows this. And when we release our bodies at a very slow, very tiny level that we might not be in tune with fully, but eventually one day we'll get to that level of attunement, something is going to relax inside of us that is very tiny, that comes with that release. So yeah, don't keep it because it was expensive, or because, you know, you're like, I could see myself wearing this if this event happens, if one day this happens. You know, we're in such an abundant world that I say to that, when the event does eventually come that you're imagining, you'll have a few weeks or a few days to buy something that works with it. And so don't just keep it as a just in case, and it might not all happen overnight. It might take a few years or months, whatever. Don't put a time limit on it, because they're going to come. The clothes will accumulate, and when they come from a place of that energy, then slowly over time you're going to see that your closet is filled with clothes that suit you, and they're cohesive, they're in harmony. I would say if there is this desire to have a few trademark pieces to, you know, stand out a little, that's fine. I mean, we're girls, we're women, we love that. But to make sure that it's something that can work with the other clothes too. For example, a pair of bedazzled jeans with hearts that are bedazzled on the butt. That's fast fashion, but that can also be incorporated with the other things you already have. Or a pair of white boots, or a necklace that is bold. It's not like everything has to be boring and beige and different shades of beige to work together. We can still be creative and fun, but to be discerning about that and to make sure that it's not like the whole closet is mix and matched. Yeah, like the whole point of this is that we want to create a space that allows our feminine energy, our goddess energy to flourish, and our clothes are a beautiful way to express this divine goddess within us. And when our feminine energy is safe to blossom, then we're not struggling doing mental gymnastics every morning, trying to put together an outfit and feeling slightly out of tune when we wear things. No, we are in a place that it's easy to blend together what we've created in our closets. We don't need to think about it too much because it just naturally works. And this will let our feminine energy be protected. This is a way, this discipline, this listening to our intuition and being discerning with our decisions when it comes to materialism. I'm not saying to buy less. I'm just saying to make sure that when we do buy, it's the one, and we love it, because when the goddess loves it and she can thrive in that energy and blossom, the feminine in us can relax, our nervous systems can relax, and Yeah, because you know, a lot of times nowadays, I think that consumerism and materialism, it's not evil, it's still sacred, but it's been turned into this it's easy to get sidetracked, it's easy to turn it into burnout and chaos. So us as women, this is our ability to listen to what calls deep within us, which is right for us to listen to our inner compass more than advertisements, to listen to our inner depth more than what is telling us to do this or that from the outside, whether it's our best friends or the woman at Victoria's Secret who swears she knows what your size is and is telling you to get this. No, listen to you. Listen to you even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else, even if it doesn't make sense to you. Listen to her because she knows. The divine feminine is this wisdom that knows. So let's listen, and we can only listen when we're relaxed. So we know we must be relaxed when it comes to these things. And I was gonna say one more thing, just popped into my head. Oh yeah, it's another way to recognize the compass is the goddess loves to play. So it's gonna feel playful. It's not gonna feel like effort. She'll be in play mode, and when she puts on the outfit, she's gonna want to play. And this is a sign of inspiration. When we want to play, we're inspired. And so that could feel like, you know, that feeling when you just want to, you maybe just got a blowout and then you're like, I want to go grab a cup of coffee with my girlfriend. I feel so beautiful right now. I want to hang out today or tomorrow, versus when we're burnt out or you're not really feeling like this random urge to go get coffee with a girlfriend. But when we feel good, we're like randomly like, let's go grab coffee. That feeling is an indicator of play. And so it's going to feel like that energy when we put on outfits that are right for us, when we buy these things. They're going to put us in that type of energy. So I hope that verbal explanation puts a image or energy into you that can be more understanding of what I'm trying to say with all of this, as how to use our inner compasses as guides to lead us into a more divine flow and allow that goddess inside of us to feel beautiful, relaxed, and effortless. Our closets will be effortless. Life will be more effortless. I hope that this video is helpful. Let me know in the comments if you have any of your own tips and tricks or what you think about this. Maybe you disagree with some things, or you have something to add, or maybe you just want to say something random. So yeah, I'd love to build a community here and connect with you guys. So leave a comment if you want, and I'll get back. I'm wishing you, I'm sending you peace and love, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks so much for joining.